right here, you can see down here in the corner where my pointer is, MMT. And basically, it's coming down. So we'll keep the 1830 as you can see live. MMTs, it's all about that wholesale bid. 1860 by 19 now. The time is 8:20 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, live in that bid action at 18.5 by 90. 40 pennies wide. We're going to see who gets the best wholesale bid. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to keep that 1830 bid. That's right here, MMT. And I'm going to undercut that bid, and I'm going to undercut it. I'm going to go 17, let's say 1780 on 5, buy. Okay, so let's make sure that that's there. And here it is. I'm going in now at 17.80 on 5. I never did change the 1830. It still stands pat. Hit OK. There you go. Live at that wholesale bid. We came off that 1890 prints, but look at where people loaded up. 1960s went off. Look at this right here. Big volume there. They're all underwater on their entries. And the MMTs are going to get wholesale pricing right now on the entry. And this is what we enjoy. Because when we purchase wholesale MMTs, then we have the right to sell them back at a retail price. And that's the talent about being at the wholesale bid. We're lined at 30 pennies. Here it is, 1780. Right here on the lower end. You can see how many pennies that is. That's 30 plus 20. That's 50 pennies below that entry. 1830s coming up. MMT live. Look at that 1865 print off of that low. 339 on the volume. Right now I've got 8:22 a.m. We're looking for the best wholesale bid. There's those live orders, MMT. MMTs, let's keep it right, man. You know, right here could be the bottom. It would have to get back above half of this bar. That's this trend line right here on that chart, MMT. There's that bid. There's that ask. He didn't come down and hit me at 1830. I've got an 1830 by 1780. I may have to make a market. We're going to see if this actually holds right here. This price action. There it is. And that's exactly where that low end of that bar, breakout bar, was yesterday before they had this morning's gap. Short, 369.12. Long with a big 3, holding half of this bar right here, MMT, and then breaking higher and reversing, coming back up. Right over here was the third longer double left slide that bid. Price action descending and descending. Breaking down at the short side of the market. When that was going on, we were keeping our bids. But if this bar is made right here, if this bottom is made, let's take a look. Let's take a look. And let's put some real focus on that one. All right. So basically, I've got an intraday range right now, MMTs, because I've got it over on the laptop, the Hummer. I've got the platform up over there. You can't see it because it's, you know, on that computer. But we're popping off that bottom and we're doing everything what we should be doing. And basically, when that starts to happen in your SMF platform, then prices get made. I'm still at 1830. I can always move in. The price action has to do this, though. It's this half bar that's got to be taken out. This here, we need to see higher price action volume, MMTs. Do you hear me? That's what we need to see. And we can always line the bid and do and play around with these guys. Say we just do a couple of contracts right here. But just for one reason. So that way we can work that bid and ask ourselves. I can use a different exchange if I want. See, that's ISE. I go over here to CBO. Now watch. 1890 was one of my original bids, but I had taken it out and I lined it with, well, 1830 and 1780 still remains. I put it back into play, but I only did the quantity of 2, so that way I can fool around with the person and we don't agree. See, when I sold these 5 contracts at 2030, good thing I got someone to agree with me, otherwise I would have been way upside down. Now, one of my original bids was 1890, and I put it back into play right here. You can see 1890 open bid. And this person here, but this price is going to get made. It's got to, if it goes above half of this bar right here on this very minute, so that's a 3, 6, here's your 9. You got to close, you got to shoot through there. Just like the big red bar down, well, you need to see a green one going that way as well. And right now we're holding flat 1890 by 1930. And there was a market made at 65 pennies on the low. The high was 22.5. Wholesale prices are always made down in this range as an MMT. And we'll keep our 2 contracts there. We're just getting in here where the market's being made. So we're up here, see if he'll throw off. If he throws off, so what? We're already lined at 1830 and 1780s that we can still get hit on. That's not going to hurt us because it's only 2 contracts. So what we did was what makes the trade right. It's called volume entry management. And basically, we did have 5 at 1890. We had canceled it and brought it to 1830. That's fine. But we are getting involved with the market. And we're going to see if this side throws over to us. Everyone's lined to buy at 80 pennies, and they can print right through that very quickly. What makes it right is that the volume was only 2 contracts. And the heavier volume ones right here are 5 and 5 are below the market at 1780 by 1830. 1890, at one time, we had 5 of them, but we canceled them. But we'll go with that too. And that's the way to do it on the volume entry management MMTs. The other thing you want to be aware of as well is that that's a very crucial part of your trade management. And a lot of people don't quite understand that when you're lining a bid, you're lining a bid. And now they're trying to make a bid. So watch. I can keep my 90 pennies there. And no, we'll just cancel all on that one. Hit OK. Now we'll go back and we'll start working them. So let's go 18.30. Bam. 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 Okay, and we're changing up the exchange. We went over to the NAS now. That's another thing. We're tricking them. MMTs, I just put, see, 1830s out there. Now we're going to put a 1740 bid MMT. This is on the contract. And we're going to see if the price can ever get made. See, it can never get made. Every time it tries to get made, it doesn't have it doesn't have no 9 handle breakout, no 12 or 15 going up. But rather it does filling at the SMF HAP Pro Trader bar. Price failure. Bam. Weakness comes in the name. We still remain below the market. Now, having said that, we're going to put another order out and we're going to go to a different exchange. This time we're going to go over to CBO. And what we're going to do is we're going to get below that market. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit that thing at, let's say 17.40 pennies by 5. Bam. Kabam. And there it is, MMT at 17.40 on the handle at the wholesale bid. Orders right there, 1830, 1740. Why? Because I didn't have any price action breakout. And I can clearly see it on our thing. Intraday range is at 10. That's not popping. The bid-ask ratio that we have in our platform isn't going the way that we would like it to go. Meaning that if that bid and ask trend ratio isn't going to go mathematically ascending in our platform in common value, then we're not going to go higher in price. So we have to remain below the market until the price action gets made. Doesn't mean that it's going to get made somewhere. But once again, we're still in that bid and ask. And here we are. 70 by 1910. 65 pennies is a low. The time is 8:33 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It takes time to get that wholesale bid, but we're lining it because we don't know if this is going to stop yet. And once again, it's got to close, it's got to break out, and there are things that have to happen in here, MMTs. So let's just make sure that this price action has the big fat green bars just like the big fat red ones down. Now we're going to see in this price area if that price action holds. Okay, it's got a green bar and it's 2 times the value of the previous bar, which is always a positive sign. These minute period moving averages have to flatten out and turn around and go a certain way. You've got an RSI crossover. So here, let's just take a look down here. Let me take a look. Basically, that declining 10-minute period moving average cannot cross over that 200-minute. The wider that these two are, the weaker that low is. And therefore, that warrants the lower bid on the entry because of it. If that crosses over, I may have to change my 18.30 to 16, let's call it 80 pennies. This one right here. And that one's out on the NAS right there. And, well, he's at, you know, it's 70 pennies by 19.10. Bid and ask right here. So, once again, we'll come back to it. There will be a wholesale market made somewhere in here, but not until this price starts to work. And there has to be some better price action breakout consolidation and price action. Right now in the SMF platform, we had Audrey who gave us a price alert, and we can see where the price action is changing around. Intraday range at 20. We've got the bid and ask ratio going in our favor, which has given it a price bottom support. And it's the first time on this particular 3-6 right here, and we're going to hit okay. Bam. We're going to flash the bid. See how I did that? But I still have my other contracts below the market because I'm building that position. This is right now this is the kind of 3 bar off of this narrow range bar that we were looking for, as I said earlier in this video in price action. Now, yes, we're making the adjustment accordingly, but we are at teeny resistance right now. And if the intraday range heads north of 25, we're going to go higher. So let's see if we can get above 25, and we will get an intraday text alert so we know what happens when you get above 15. Prices start to get made in the SMF platform. And this is what we are talking about, is that these minute period moving averages start to contract, meaning that they don't go down in value, but they start to turn around and come up behind the 3-minute candle MMTs. The bid over here, I can cancel that at any time I want. But right now, there has been another attempt. However, so far, all day long, it's failed every attempt. You can see the depth of the trend right here. It's reversal 1, reversal 2 to the bottom.